Jack in the Box. One day, as James puffed into the big station, he saw a large wooden crate standing on the platform. I wonder where that's going, he thought to himself. But then, in the bustle of arrival, he forgot all about it. His fireman uncoupled him from the train and James went off to the shed for a drink. When he came back, the crate had gone. It's been put on our train, his driver told him. Guard thought he'd have a job getting it into his van, but he needn't have worried. It turned out to be as light as a feather. The guard himself came up. Have you found out what's in that crate then? Joked the driver. Don't ask me, replied the guard. We only take the where the labels tell us to. But if you want to know what I think... He broke off, teasingly. Yes, said James, his driver and fireman all at once. I think it's empty, finished the guard. Empty? Echoed James. Who'd want to send an empty crate on a train? Not our business to worry about that, laughed the guard, and he went back to his van. He was just about to blow his whistle for James to start when a late passenger arrived. James thought he must be important because he had to wait while the guard and station master helped the latecomer into a carriage. At last, everything was ready. Come on, come on, come on, grumbled James impatiently. He tried to make up for the lost time, but because he was running late, Douglas, with a goods train, had been allowed to go in front of him. James had to wait at signals outside Thomas's junction until the line was clear. Stupid things, he muttered crossly. How can I be expected to run my trains properly if signals keep stopping me all the time? Now, James, warned his driver, you know perfectly well that you'd be even later if you had an accident. At last, the signal arm rose. James started with an impatient jerk and hurried to the platform. Peep, 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 he whistled to the passengers. Get in quickly, please. They were only too glad too. But when the driver looked back for the guard's green flag, there was no sign of either him or his flag. The station master came to see what was causing the delay. Have you seen the guard? Asked James's driver. The station master shook his head. Now you mention it, he said. I don't remember seeing him at all this trip. He stopped. Just a moment, he said, listening. What's that noise? Everyone, including James, tried to be as quiet as they could. A thumping noise seemed to be coming from the guard's van. Driver and station master ran to the doors and threw them open. The thumping became suddenly louder, and now they could hear muffled cries too. Help! A voice was shouting. Help! Help! It's coming from inside the crate! Exclaimed the station master. Quickly, they unlatched the lid. When they lifted it, they found the guard, very red in the face and very cross. He looked nothing like so smart as a guard should look. Hello, said James's driver. Are you playing at Jack in the Boxes? No, I'm not, said the guard crossly. But what happened? Asked the station master. The guard looked sheepish. I wanted to make sure that the crate was empty, he explained. It wasn't locked, so I opened it and looked in while James was stopped at the signal. Then he started with a jerk and I overbalanced into it. The lid fell on top of me and latched itself shut. The other men laughed until their sides ached. The driver was laughing when he came back to James's cab and was still laughing when he had finished telling James and his fireman the story. But James didn't laugh. Now he had even more time to make up. For once, he agreed with the guard. He didn't think it was funny either.